Okay, after I made that big speech about not forgetting to plug in the electric wires here, yeah, so I took really good care of making sure I could get to the plug and manage. Yeah. Well, I forgot to plug the electric door latch in. Welcome back. You can hear the jet. Can you hear this tornado sirens? I wonder if you can hear that. That tells you it's noon in Oklahoma because we test the sirens, so we're ready all the time. Everybody knows what that means when you hear those sirens. All right, today, welcome back. All right, today we have reassembly day. Whoop, whoop. All right, that's not gonna be that exciting. We need to put this fender back on. And we need to get this tire buttoned up. And that's pretty much it, really. Get everything sorted out. Got the fender in the back of the truck right now. And that'll free up everything back here for us to start on the bed. It's kind of exciting that we could get started on the bed. I'm also needing to change the oil in the truck and get it running again. Start it up and let it run for a little bit. And then I'm gonna back the truck out, I think. The wife's Honda had some stuff wrong with it at the last visit. It's only got 80,000 miles. It's got lower compliance bushings or something like that, and then a bad strut on one side or the other. So 2 struts and 2 compliance bushings. Sounds like a whole Saturday to me. I watched a couple of videos on the struts, not on my specific vehicle. It's a Honda Pilot. I did watch that. Probably going to go ahead and get the all data instructions on how to do those tasks. No reason to piddle around with that. Just do it right, because his wife's driving that car. I don't want it to be crazy. So anyway, all right. So today we're going to do some reassembly. Try to get everything back in sorted order, and hopefully this time when I put the fender on, I won't forget to plug in the light light set like I did on the driver's side, and I had to take it all apart and do it again. We're gonna use rivets today and some screwdriver in. Anyway, that's what we're doing. Let's get started. Okay, we got some rust on here that we probably ought to take care of while we got the part off. So you can see this seam got a little bead of rust on the edge where it's all come apart, and then this part where it's been rubbing on something on the back side of the truck. So I'm gonna take the wire wheel across that and put primer on it. Primer on it. Well, I'm gonna try to abate that a little bit. Don't need to take any risks once we've got it done. So let's just take care of it while we're here and get it knocked out. So let's do that. I'm gonna use just one dry rag to knock off as much dirt as I can. Just get that out of the way, because this is rusted. Right here you can see the rust pits on it. That's all I need for that to rust out there, and have another patch weld. Have to try to find a frickin' fender. Probably not easy. The rest of this panel, this part of the panel is aluminum. This part of the panel is steel. So if you know anything about electrolysis and metal matching, you know that's probably not a good idea. But it's hard to bend. It's hard to bend aluminum like that, I guess. Found another rest spot. That's good. It's a lovely bit of rust under here, Dennis. So there's some rust underneath this piece back under here too. So that is not going to be easy to wire wheel. Word easy is probably not the right word. Let's try impossible to wire wheel. So we're going to have to knock some of that off a different way. All right, one more blast with some airs. Alrighty. I need to get a bracket to hold all my air tools over there by the air compressor. I haven't figured that out yet. So I'll have to do that. Put my gloves on. Protection! Safety second! I actually wore through a hole on the index finger here, so now I've got to get new gloves. These are pretty good. They've done me well. They're made in America. Tillman. Good gloves. I spent a pretty penny for them. This is for my welding class. They told me we needed heavy gloves and light gloves, and I got the light gloves. And man, I've been using the crap out of them. I like them. Gonna buy another pair, I am. Yes, I am. Yes, I am. All right, where's my wire weld wheel? Oh, it's in the back of the truck. And it's hooked up, and it's turned on, but let's fix it first. Oh, that's dumb. All right. Put our mask on. Let's rock. Okay, let's warm it up in here. Dang. Filled the furnace up with juice. Heater on. All right, I need a smaller grinding thing for inside that piece. So we're going to use the Dremel. All right, so we're going to use the Dremel and one of those ridiculously expensive small tiny wire wheels. They are stupid. I wish they weren't so expensive, but they are. So, all right, just in case, we're just going to go ahead and put this on just for fun. Got to get back up in there. just like that, it's useless. They're so expensive. Way too expensive to be this weak. Just trash. All right, that's good enough though. So that's very encouraging actually. So I got that done. All right, so we're going to go ahead and blow this out again. And then we're gonna wipe it down. And then we're gonna give it some, we're gonna annoy the rust with a little bit of primer. Let's see if that goes well. So that's pressure we got in here. We need some air. This at home, kids. All right. Looking underneath there, that was not done very well underneath. So there's a lot of rust still under there. I did not knock off. So we're going to try to get back under there. Probably flip this over maybe, so we can get this where we can see it. All right, I can see it, but you can't. But you don't need to see it because I'm doing it for you. Put a different wire wheel on it. Yep, that worked. That worked so good. All right. Now we're going to tape some stuff off. And do some painting. Tape a little bit of stuff. I don't want to get anything on this. Those are getting rare to come by, so we don't want to get anything on that. All right. Oh, I need to spray paint these two things. I'm ready. So the washers for the underneath, they were pretty crusty. I don't know if you can see the pitting on them. So I'm gonna give those a coat of paint too. I stored the paint in the sunroom in the house, so it is well in room temperature. So I can get this done and not worry about the paint not sticking because it's too cold. Because the paint is the right temp, so that's good.
Super genius.
Gotta clean all that off. Wipe this down, because I didn't wipe it down yet. Okay. No, I did not put my breather mask on. Probably should have. I probably shouldn't be painting next to a burning heater either. So don't try this at home, kids. I'm being really stupid here.
Super genius.
when I get done assembling this truck's gonna look like a Mad Max machine. It's got kind of primer all over it. It's gonna not be the same color everywhere. Yep, it is. It's gonna be wrong. It's not gonna feel good. It's not gonna be pretty. Not gonna be pretty. It is not. All right, I think that's every surface. Let's just give that some paint too over here. Because you know why. I'll forget later. All right, we're gonna let that dry and then we'll see what happens. So that's gonna dry. So. Let's get a screwdriver. Stick it through there. Long screwdriver. Where are you, long screwdrivers? There you are. Exactly what I was looking for. All right. All that good. Drying time. Was that 26 minutes? Good grief. Okay. When I took the truck apart, this breather bucket thing, whatever this is, which I'll show it to you, has a cotton filter in the top of it. It was covered with dirt, you can only imagine, after 30-something years. But it plugged into something, but it wasn't plugged in. So I'm gonna have to research where that gets plugged in. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna hook this back up. I am gonna place it back where it goes, but I'll have to research where that hose end gets placed because I honestly don't know where it goes. And that is leaky. Why is that leaking? Fun. Why is that leaking? That shouldn't be wet. Nothing to make that happen. It hasn't moved or done anything. That's weird. More investigation. All right. Now, what was I just saying about corrosion and stuff? So I saw these two bolts, which are steel, and they're for the fender on this side, and what the fun part is they go up against this piece, and so I fixed the bolts. I thought they're really rusty, so then I thought that sucker's made out of steel. So I popped out the rivet here in the center and then got those out, and the primer or paint or whatever it was that was on it was just barely there. You can see the gray. But look at all that white oxidized. So that's aluminum touching steel. So it had oxidized all of that underneath there. So I decided I need to abate the rest on this too. So you can see it. I've already kind of wheeled off everything. This is an example of every job becomes 2 more jobs. It's a fact. You just get it tattooed, because every time you touch something, you've got 2 more things to do when you touch it. I touched this, and now I have to abate rust on it and primer it and reinstall it. 3 things technically, but 2 more. So you've got to get the rust off of it and you got to paint it. 1 becomes 2. Okay, 1 job became 2, and then that job became 2 more because I had to correct the oxidation on the panel. So had to sort that out. All right, so now we've got it back in place. We can put it back in place. I just sprayed it with a second coat of paint and it's still wet. So I'm actually hoping that will keep some water out of there. So I'm gonna put that back in there. I've bent this up a little bit to make it easier to work with, and then I just dropped my rivet. Oh, come on. And it went in a metal grate. Now it's covered with spider webs. Yay. All right, let's try again. Should have put my black leather gloves on, rubber gloves on, black rubber gloves on. And yes, I thought it fit because I tried it earlier. All right, so now we're gonna put that pop rivet in place, rivet this back onto this fender. Done. How about that? All right, so I'm gonna get my pliers again. Aye, settle down now. And we'll put that back where it was. Could have got all crazy with the Cheese Whiz and put some seam sealer between the two of those, but it doesn't rust it out in this amount of time. I'm not gonna worry about it. All right. Here we go. 4 new jobs. Didn't even know I needed it. All right, here we go. The hard part of this, I took all the weight off the back, so it's gonna be a little easier to handle. It's just me, so. All right, so gas cap has to come off and pass through this side. Go there. Let's try to get that gas tank lid going through the joint. Boom, jump up. Ah, booger. All right, so I'm caught on the lip. And put the cap back in so it won't pop through the hole. There's a rubber gasket that goes there that I can't find, and it is very hard to find since it's not listed on any parts lists anywhere, and it can be a challenge to get a new one. Fell into this track before. Aha! Passed that one. All right, so I got to line up a screw and get one started in here. Got to get one hole first. Pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Nope. See, it moves around. 2 people would be better. Thought I swore when I did this I was going to have Mr. Fisher come and help me with it. Why didn't I call Mr. Fisher and ask him to help me? What was I thinking? Now, one screw started, it won't fall now. Now I can just see the rest of these lined up in place, and then I can start putting the rest of those on. Wow, that is bent. Nice. All right, so now we can be in here. Maybe get the rest. Yay! All right. These ones in the front, 2 in the front, 2 in the back. Done. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, not gonna nail those all the way down because I need to get I still need to get the rivets in, and I gotta find those holes. So that's gonna be, I should allow it to flex a little bit just so I can get that done. Alright, so the rivets, we should change cameras. Camera angle change. Oh, what? That's over here. Stop. Okay, the back side, when you're doing it, has rivets. There's one here, one underneath here, one here. I think you can see it if I move the camera over. And then one down here. And I believe there's one in the very bottom too. Way down underneath the deal. So that's what I'm going to be doing. You're not going to be able to see it because I can't shoot and stand in the same place. Alright, here we go. So it's kind of fun. You can do this a couple of ways. I probably just going to start with it in the rivet gun or the rivet tool. Why is it not grabbing? Okay. Get two holes lined up, slide the rivet tool in. Always press this towards the rivet. And then three out of pop it. Bink. You get a little nail left over. Made out of aluminum, so thankfully it'll rest. Alright. Alright, let's get the next one. Yay, going very well. It's fun when you have it all sorted out. I did this one upside down last time. No, I didn't do it. Yes, I did. All right. Pressing, squeezing, pressing, squeezing. No pinching. Nice. It's all getting swept. I'll throw it on the ground. All right. One more down here. We're all set on this side. That one went in two. Nice. All right, so I got one more underneath. I just got to go down here and find it. Be underneath. I gotta go underneath. I can't see a thing. Oh, good, it worked out. You can't see me and I can't see nothing. Wow. Yeah. Not my best rivet work on that one, but it'll work. It's attached. That's all that matters. All right, yay me. Fender is on. How about that? Okay, after I made that big speech about not forgetting to plug in the electric wires here, yeah, so I took really good care of making sure I could get to the plug and manage. Yeah. Well, I forgot to plug the electric door latch in. So yeah, I got to do this job twice. So off camera, I took it all apart again. And I put the rivets back in, and it went easier the second time. It's amazing how much easier it gets with repetitions. Over and over and over and over. Oh, good times. All right, let's see, what else? Okay, put the rear, I need to put the rear light assembly back together, and then we will be sorting out what else we need to do. Oh, in here, we gotta paint. We've got some rust from the welding I forgot about, and some seam sealer. So we're gonna go ahead and come back in here with some primer and get that covered. I've already wiped it all down, but that whole piece on top, surface wise, needs a little bit of dusting of paint. So that's primer, not paint, primer. So we're gonna primer it. So. That's where the patch went before. Now, and it's going to cause rust on the outside because, oh, nice angle, because the heat took the paint and the primer off. So there we go. And we're gonna let that dry. Okay, I finally got this all back together. If you have the factory light guards, you've probably run into this nightmare of a piece of equipment. So that's what it looks like with this part shaped off. You see it like this, but I broke it open so you could see what it's all about. So this is about craziness. It's sad. Why someone thought that was a good idea. So basically this part with this turns and goes into the light fixture, into the panel, and a little circlip kind of clippy thing with a hole in it. And then you screw other screws into the top of this. It's just, oh sorry, I was doing that off camera. All right, so you screw little stuff into the top of this, and then that's what holds it. That was just, it's just dumb, and it just didn't work. So what I did, and get the light on the right place, to replace those, I got extra long screws in the same thread, and then I put a brass, I'll use a screwdriver so you can see it. I put a brass, oh wait, maybe this is better down here. Let's do it here. All right, I put a brass, what is that called? Cylinder? It's not a cylinder, it's a spacer of some kind. Anyway, it's brass. I painted it black because it does kind of corrode a little bit. And then you put the screw through that so it doesn't crush the lamp, and it does grab the outside of the factory piece. I've also added a stainless steel washer so that you can see that it doesn't pull all the way through, which after years and years and years, it will pull all the way through. So if you're having the same problem and like, what do I do? This is a good solution. It works. I've had it on the truck 20 years. So you can tell it works. I'm pulling on it like a crazy person. So that's it. That's it. All right, back together. Yay. All right, let's get a tire on. Tire's over there. Bridgestones don't have too many miles on them, but they might age out. I've been sitting for so long. They might be too old to put back on the truck. What they'll have to do for now, because I'm not buying new tires while it's sitting in the shop. All right. Lift, push, lift, push. Nice. Watching Christian and Vera torque their lug nuts is entertaining. I don't think I've ever torqued a lug nut with a torque wrench. They drive faster than I do, so I appreciate them doing it the right way. Good look at the torque settings up. I have a crappy torque wrench. I don't know if I should use it though. I'm not trusted. Spend a few $100s and get a nice one. Seating is fun. Often admired the steelies people put on these. I wouldn't rule it out. You know what I forgot to do on the fender? Seam sealer. Oh, so crazy. Should have wrote it down. I should have wrote that process down. That's what I should have done. Should have wrote it down and then followed my instructions. I write instructions down for a living. Weird. I can't do it for myself. And I have an impact wrench that would have made short time of this. Brah, brah, brah. NASCAR. Brr. Done it fast. She's gonna be back on her own tires here in a minute. My head out from underneath there so I don't get squished. The sheet metal on the other side of the truck did not like that, apparently. Good times. All right. Ow! 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 Come over here so you can see. That's got enough room. I can get that seam sealer in there. I'm not worried. I will apply some seam sealer here. This will work. Okay, worked off camera a little bit because there's just more stuff, so I had to deal with that. Got the mud flap installed. Yay, mud flap. Yeah, so mud flap was installed. That took more effort than it probably should have. That was frustrating. So got that done. Cleaned up my tools, swept the floor. I've got to fix the air conditioner heater in the house for the sunroom for the dogs. One of the fans motors is making a heck of a noise, so I got to fix that. So I'm gonna go back up to the house and start working on that. Otherwise, that's a wrap for this week. Next week, B-pillar fun. Dun, dun, dun. Well, the weather holds. Anyway, yeah, so tomorrow's supposed to rain slash snow. No, wait, rain, then rain slash snow. And one model said 13 inches of snow tomorrow. It's 60 degrees today. It's like no way that snow's gonna stick on that dirt. The dirt is very warm out there. So the weatherman missed it again, I guarantee it. But it'll be pretty to watch the big snowflakes come down. That's it. Like and subscribe. I always ask that, so I just thought I'd throw it in there because if I don't, my son will say, you didn't say like and subscribe. And that's it. I did find a web YouTube channel this week that I really liked. He's right in the middle of working on very similar place on his truck. He's also got his bed out. It's Henrik's Restorations. I'll leave a link in the description below. Check him out. He almost caught his shop on fire last week. So it's a very good channel. He does a lot of good work. He's a lot farther disassembled than I am. And he's taking rust a lot more seriously, but I think he lives in a salty road environment. At some point I'll have to do what he's doing, at least a little bit, covering the frame and such with some kind of preventative of some nature or another. I bought a gallon of it. I don't know if it'll go far enough, but we'll see. That's all I got this week. Thank you again for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.